Through. Yeah. Okay. We're good. Um, let's see. What am I doing today? I was just fixing up the shadows because I had like a little tiny lazy sprite, and it was even like halfway sunk through the floor because I couldn't like get the right angle on it. But I think like these look fine now when they summon a minion. But when something about the angle that like the whole perspective that I want to show the screen at, um, I just dropped like a spotlight and made it black. Um, but it's not aligned with these party sprites, so I'm gonna try to figure out what I'm supposed to do with that. It just didn't work exactly how I wanted it to. Um, I'll have to probably take a look at the battle scene first. Let's check that out. Okay. So what I actually have here is, if I remember correct, the stat windows, like the control UI, has like these four windows which correspond to each of these four stat windows. Um, and I believe they have like a 3D component in them where each one sort of like projects the summon minions into 3D space. So that could be really messing with what I'm doing here because, yeah. Okay. It's not a smart way to do it, really. But for some reason, I wanted it that way. I don't remember. Probably just so that each window, one of the stats that it keeps track of, it updates its own view is like the 3D minion or the minions in 3D space are part of the UI. And I wanted them to keep track of the one that is the associated party member with this window. Um, yeah, the problem is I have this display, and then there should be like six spots for minions there, and then they should have like a spotlight pointed directly down, but yeah, I don't know. In this case, um, for some reason it's not lining up. Like I thought each spot would just project directly down, but I think maybe these are just elevated a little higher than you would expect. It'd be easier if I could find out like exactly what ones correspond to which, but let's see. Like if I move this just forward, then hmm, yeah, okay. That was just like one of the spots. If I show the game, then the ones that correspond to the party are like right here, and then they're like way, way above the shadow, which is not what I want. They're kind of floating way too high. And they're doing that like floating above the ground so that they kind of clear off this area right here. So they're floating above this UI, but then the shadows are just like right there. So what they maybe need to do is like um I don't know if just shifting the shadows forward would work because of perspective, so maybe it would be close enough. let's see. Could probably edit that just in the script, like, because the party minion spots have their own code. They have their own script. Okay. We take a reference to that, and then we want to move it, its z value. Negative. Okay. Okay. I don't know how much. Oh, wait, I did Y, not Z. Okay. Just gonna have to keep getting into battles until it looks right. So, right here, 10 brings them all the way forward. Let's try 2. But to reload it, we gotta get out of the battle. 2's too much. This is an extremely lazy way of doing it, but yeah, I don't even know if that's gonna do it because they're like too spread out, really. I'm like triggering multiple battles at once. Like when I leave it, it's not here. I don't exactly know why, but it's like all of these nodes with the weird names are like more battles. But when I hit run, it should close them out. I don't know why that's really happening. Right now, I'm just worried about the shadows. Yeah, it's not quite making sense. That's not the right way of doing it. Hmm. I mean, the only real way to do it is like they should be. Um, I'm gonna just have to change the perspective so that they're not floating and they're just like farther ahead, but smaller. So you're gonna have to play with the settings. Mm. It's gonna take some trial and error, really. Okay. Um, let's see. It's hard to even get them on screen there, but give me a second here. See, with that, now we have a base to work from, but it's like too far forward and they're too small now. But the shadows make more sense. Um, Actually, I could give them a little bit of elevation because I've noticed that they're just kind of like, well, I don't know actually. Okay. It's getting closer. Like I just need to scale up the minion display itself to keep the same like proportion and measurement. Okay, that's a little too big. I keep having to relaunch the game, so I can't always show everything, but I'll show it when I get it. Yeah, that's closer. I just need to do that and then maybe increase the spacing between them. Why did that do that? Sure why, but when I'm watching it, sometimes the sprites are just small. Actually, it might be because of I move them farther away. But the perspective is making it look more dramatic than it is. Very strange. Just trying to get the right position where like they're sitting on the shadow and I can still see all of them, you know? And then with the size of them, the spacing needs to be a little more. All right, that's looking pretty close. I just need to nudge it over to the left a little bit. Just a little bit more room. I think I almost got it. Yeah. Okay. Um, just gotta move it slightly back. I think I just need to scale it down a little bit. Yeah, it's better. Oh, there's all these different settings that just made it look bad. Okay, there we go. I think that is better. Let me just throw that on. Okay, so we got them back into the position that they were in, but now we have all the shadows. I need to make sure that the enemies are summoning all that many minions to make sure that there was that separation between them, but it's kind of hard to tell. I feel like I've encroached on their space a little bit. It's gonna make it so that they are all always summoning um, just like the full amount of minions, and then see how that looks. That looks better. There's a few that are off, I think, because I had it still hover slightly above, but hardly. Yeah, I thought if I put no distance, then it was like I think the sprite sunk into the floor a little bit. But maybe it's just that back one that's like has a very strange position. Anyway, I mean that kind of a shadow looks better than what I had before. But I could just adjust the look of it. So I had that as a scene. Too big. Even small changes in the angle are pretty dramatic. I think I just want the energy to be a bit lower. That looks better. A little bit more. They're darker on the opposite side, and then it's like it's like a black spotlight that's like making the color of this reddish floor darker, but actually I kind of like having a bit of contrast between the enemy side and yours. For some reason it appears reddish over here and then like very dark on the opposite side. It kind of works. Yeah. I'm tired. Should have made myself a tea. Um. All right. What do I want to do next? I want to change the arrow that like selects the enemy into not an arrow. All right, so the enemy battle spot. Trying to see where the sprite is loaded in. I can't remember. I might just add the enemy scene to this as a child. Let me just double check that. Okay. I have the game running. So if I go in remote, go into the battle, this enemy groups, what am I in, a 2 enemy battle? Okay, yeah. So the enemy zone has like its own children that are all set up, and then it just adds a necromancer down to it. Um, I would kind of like having just like an outline around them. Like a colored shadow kind of reflection to them. But since the enemy's just being like dropped in by name, um, Am I assigning it to a variable? Not sure about that. Don't think so. Oh, yeah, I guess I am. I guess I could put like a shader on that just like colors it to a certain color and then load this texture, like instead of a selector arrow, change it out for a copy of the sprite of the enemy. See, I just had like some Godot example projects that were like had some example shaders. Let me see if I can find it. Haven't really worked much with shaders, but trying to figure out where to put it. I was just searching for shader. I probably want, yeah, material. Okay, this is what I found from the like there was like examples um in like a there was a directory of Godot projects that were just showing how to do stuff that you could pick apart. So I don't know if I can just take this, but um, where do I select the color though? Okay, wait. Working because that just changed it all to a gray block. No, I'll have to look into that more. I don't know what I'm doing with shaders. Yeah, did I mess up the sprite? Oh, there we go. Okay. Oh, maybe it was because of maybe I picked the wrong thing. I want one just colors the sprite. But it's like covering the whole square. Oh, maybe overlay instead of override. Okay, there we go. All right. Uh, right. Silhouette I want, or I wanted to like replace the whole color with a solid color, and then have a copy of a sprite as like a shadow in the background, like a drop shadow. It might not have been the silhouette, the one that I wanted. Just testing different ones that were in the directory. They honestly all kind of seem to do the same thing. Oh, wait, this modulate isn't even part of the shader. What am I doing? Hmm. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's not the best way to do it. Hi, Senscom. Pretty good. Just messing around with the UI stuff. Let's see. My game's still running. Yeah, it's frozen. But this is I just worked on adding some shadows beneath the minions and stuff. And right now I want to change the I just have like this selector arrow kind of hovering above enemies when you select them, but I kind of want it to be an outline around them. But I don't know really anything about shaders, so I was just trying to figure that out. I also want to figure out on the battle screen. So I have this wheel when you're selecting your party member and it cycles through them. But when you are targeting all of your party members, like let's say you cast a spell on all of them, you have all your party members pop up here and they'll come up, and that should have like some sort of like backing panel. I'm wondering if I want to take these whenever the enemy targets them and have them like pop up and like show that they get damage taken. The other way would be to pop this in and like cycle to the right one and maybe like do an animation on that. But I think it's probably simpler to have them pop up like in their spot and take the damage. Show a damage number, maybe like shake when they get hit. Yeah. Figure out I'll make this a scene and then I'm gonna make some adjustments to it. That's a script attached. What is it called? In battle party sprite. Okay. I want to rename that to something better, but for now, in battle party sprite. Put that on the battle theme folder. I'm trying to remember, did I give these like some sort of transform that yeah, I did. Okay. When I delete these, they're going to be I'm gonna have to reset their position and everything. Oh, wait. What did I do here? I think I took the wrong one. Oh yeah, goddamn. That's not what I wanted. I took it from the wheel. Um I don't know why this isn't a like H box. What was the original separation I had? X is 0, and then this X is, oh wait, position 4 pixels. That doesn't make sense. Okay. Okay, that's fine. Um, okay. And then we can, where's the script that animates this, basically this bar as a unit, as a tween somewhere. And I want to basically copy the Y values that make them go up. If I remember right, it might be like multi-in is the function. What script is this in? Item grid. No, okay, but it's being called by the party sprite display. Oh, okay. This controls both the single and the multiple. Multi-in. maybe just give them each their own function for like in and out. In is probably a protected keyword. I'll just call it up and down. Maybe I should just handle this in here. Hey, Machine Angels. I'm doing pretty good. Just working on UI stuff. How are you? Yeah, UI is always a killer. I'm trying to do. So I have this wheel when you're selecting a party member to use, but when you're selecting all of them for a target, I'm just showing them all. Like, you might be casting a spell on all of them, and then they all show up. So this bar just like pops up. I'm trying to like implement so that I can pop up one at a time, so that enemies can target them. So like when they launch an attack, like the animation might go to that zone, and then they get hit by something. Maybe they shake. Just throw up a damage number. Got done rewriting your turn-based game's core loop. Having a queue for any weird events that might come up has been really nice to use. Nice. I tried to try it, what you sent me, but I do everything off of a MacBook, and I do have a PC, but it's super old, and apparently it did not like downloading it. It didn't work. It's too old to run probably whatever version of Unreal you were using. I wanted to try it, but I need to upgrade. Yeah, the PC is super old. The Mac is new, but you can try to downgrade the graphics. I don't know if I can't remember what it said. I don't know if it was graphics like it wouldn't run. It would like refuse to run. So it's probably like a version thing. I mean, that might have been it, but yeah, I don't know. The message was some compatibility thing. It's like my PC's like old and like broken. There's a bunch of stuff that isn't working. Yeah, driver thing, something like that. Gravity's Brutal did work, yeah. Which I guess is maybe a little odd if you were using the same sort of setup. Yeah, it could be a graphics thing then. Gonna have a playtest soonish again. Nice. That's good. I'm like I'm like spacing. I'm zoning out. I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna do next. Um. Okay, I probably just want to take in an index. And then just like do a similar animation to what I do here. Lock on, literally. I've been a bit out of it. Yeah. I just started on like some anti-anxiety medication for the first time. Um, I don't feel like it's. I mean, it's supposed to take like 2 3 weeks to work, and they said like you could have like symptoms in the first few days, which I'm not super feeling. I was like tired the first couple days, but that was because I was actually tired, like sleep deprived, regardless. And then it wasn't that bad, but I don't know. I feel a little um not focused. I don't know. Yeah, yeah. I feel. I mean, I feel pretty normal. I'm just like tired. I almost feel like having a bit of like latent anxiety is like makes me want to talk more, and I'm like sitting here like shit. Am I just like spacing and being quiet on stream? But I had like when I would get stressed, like really bad acid reflux, like it would just stop me in my tracks. Like it would build up if I get stressed about something, and then like burn, and yeah, I couldn't do shit. So I got something for that too, and that like worked immediately. So that like that's really helpful. The anxiety one, I'm still waiting, but like before, if I would like get stressed about something, like I would like eat a pepperoni stick and then be like taken out because it was so acidic. The heartburn was so bad, and then like at the take it in the morning, take a pill in the morning for that, and then it's gone. It's great. With the other one though, I'm just trying to like evaluate like am I spaced or not because I'm like I feel like I can't think. That's actually the one thing I really wanted to avoid because I'm like trying to program and like keep a bunch of things in my head at once. I'm like the one thing I do not want is brain fog. But yeah, I just gotta wait it out. Oh, thanks. Thank you. Oh, maybe it wasn't animated sprite. It was animation player I wanted. Yeah, I want when they get hit to just shake or something. Um, Game juice, yeah. Some feedback. All right. Um, let's figure this out. How fast do we want this? Oh wait, did I not? Right, adding another keyframe is... I forget. Okay. I guess it could shake 3 times, so like... Start in the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 7 back to the middle. Um, every second one will be 10 pixels less, and then every other second one will be 10 pixels more. Okay. Might need to be more, might need to be faster. Maybe a little bit of both. Yeah. Might add a different track, like... Oh yeah, no, that's a good idea. Slowing down towards the end. I'm trying to remember if I just have to like manually adjust all these timestamps, or if I can just like speed it up, like animate it slow and then speed up the whole thing. Animate. Okay. Oh, that's the length of the animation. That's the animate seconds. So I think I can like double speed it. Can I not? Maybe not. Oh. Okay, no, that's just the current time. Just check that. I feel like the animation should just have a multiplier. Might be the animation player, actually. Speed scale. Okay, that might just change the speed for all of them. Okay. But there's, I mean, this one only has one animation, I suppose. It's a little too slow. Was 3 too fast? I'm not really sure. Okay. Now, we'll go more dramatic with this. Maybe the first few shakes go farther. Um, do 35 here. And 65 here. So it like constrains a little bit. Okay. That's a decent start. Probably fine tune it later, but and based on how it looks in the actual UI. Okay. Figure out how I want that to interact with like when an enemy uses a move, like when that's called. Let's see. Mm. Oh, I think when they pop up like one at a time, it should be faster than when I raise the whole party because it's like you selecting usually your own party members to like cast a spell, but like I want them to be like right up there to get attacked by the attack animation. So I guess if it's a target, I'll just have it animate in like zero point 0.1 seconds. Um, right before they do the effect, I want to like show the. Okay, see you in a bit. get the current index without having to like set it. So it'll just search itself for the it'll search the party for itself. All right, so that might be okay. Um, is there a way to get the current battle? Hmm. I don't even know if this is gonna work. Um, wrong with this? Show party target is no static turn type. Okay, let's do void. All right. So that's how we get the correct one, and then what did I call it? Damn, I don't even remember. No wait, I don't even need to get the child. I need this. Party sprite display. Dot what I call it, target in. Yeah. That's what I wanted. Oh no, I changed so much I'm not even sure if that's gonna work, but I'll try it. No, that did not do anything. Okay. Um, well, we want to wait for this to happen. Hey, Machine Angels. Okay. Let's see. If I go to remote, it might be hidden. Party sprite display. No, the single and full sprites are both there. We need to check the position. So they're at 0. Let me just see if this gets called at all. Okay, so theoretically, I have the game running in the background. If they attack one of my guys with a single target, they should. Oh. Invalid access to property or key type on a base object of type array party member. Oh. Hmm. Because the target could be an array or it could be a single thing. That I might be able to fix, actually. Well, this sucks because I already have target type, it's a variable, and then I want to know the type of the target. That's not very good. So hopefully if it checks that first, it's not going to be an array. Okay. So we got that this was called. this was called, target in. So the full party's shown. Oh, okay. These Y values might not be correct. I was going based off the logic that they would be the same as the one for like the full thing, but actually, no. I mean, the individual sprites wouldn't be going to the same X and Y value as the parent because that's relative. So I guess got to find out what they are to start with. Their position is 0. This one, the position is 400, but the Y is 0. Okay, so target in and out. To start with 0. Their first kind of assumption. When we go in, oh, the X is not. We don't want the X to change. If it went to 0, then the second, third, and fourth one would also go to 0. But what we want is like just its current. I guess not. Don't even need self. Basically, stay where it is. The multiple in and multiple out is going. In is subtracting 500, so that's what we'll do here. Okay, let's see. Okay. Partly. Okay. So when it attacked the lumberjack here, it went in. I just don't have anything that sends it back out. Also, it shouldn't be way over here. We'll work on that. Okay, I must have turned on the selector arrows. Okay, so it didn't work for cleave because that's a multi-target attack. Okay, necromancer missed the lumberjack and then it came in. I want more than one of these guys to get hit to like make sure, because I don't think even the lumberjack should be way the hell over here, because it should be the third or fourth party member. Okay, yeah, they're all showing up in the same spot. That's odd. Oh, no, it's not. No, it's not. Position.x is, I'm taking it from the parent. It should be the child. Oh, that gets overly complicated. There's got to be a cleaner way. But you just kind of like throw stuff in there when you're quickly doing it. Okay, that's like more correct. Okay. Um, Full party should be, first of all, I think I need less separation and then more to the right. I don't remember how damage numbers worked to display them. Um, okay, so these should be able to display damage numbers. Damage numbers are so satisfying to see. Yeah, I need to adjust how I see them because the enemy ones are being hidden behind the message that displays what your move did. So I need to adjust just how everything looks. Um, just go to a damaging skill as an example. Change health, I guess, is the. Is it? Yeah, I guess it is. I think maybe enemies have a different version of change health where you change maybe it's in battle entity and then the change health await display damage number. Okay, yeah, I have like a dummy function in here, but that's what I need to do. Party members are more complicated. They have no, they have an empty function for that, but because it's not the party member that displays the damage number, it's like their representation on like a particular UI, depending on what kind of targeting is happening. Um, all right. Oh, this is all gonna have to be cleaned up. But basically, that needs to be passed in. And then the party member can call it. But that's probably gonna play in a weird order. Where are we at? Battle manager. Mm. Something's going wrong here. Yeah, just like a normal attack's not working. So yeah. So target's lumberjack. Index is 2, so why can it not get this? Oh wait. That's why. The path didn't exist. What am I doing here? It was looking for battle UI not in the root, but in its normal, like in itself. Okay. Oh wait. The whole path was wrong. I only copied like part of it, I guess. I don't know. Okay, so that didn't crash, but it isn't showing the damage number. It might be there, but like the positioning is wrong. Okay. So we wait for it to show, and then we wait for it to do the effect. So it should be like fully in by the time we get around to showing the damage number, and then when we do the effect, that might include change health, which it does. Target dot change health. So like if you're the target, then you change health. That might be in battle entity. Or well, await display damage number, which party members do now have. Battle manager. Wait, does that not have that method? Oh no, single target damage number. Okay, and then we call it on this. These are kind of made to just like animate as soon as they instantiate. But the position might be wrong. Or it might be hard to see or something. The damage number was displayed. Mm. I mean, it said it was. Damage numbers are scenes, and they just kind of do it. Trying to find out exactly when they're shown, but one of these, when I take damage in the battle, should here. Let me figure this out. So I take damage in the battle. One of these should spawn like damage number. So I'll just heal myself until my turn is over. Something's just popped up, eh? In one of these. Oh wait, yeah, no, actually, even I can trigger a damage number on myself whenever I heal. Yeah. That's even a faster way to do it because the damage number I have a green one for healing. Cure all might do it for all of them. Oh, I need to expand this again. Yeah, it's quick because they free themselves after the animation is done. Yeah, they all got a damage number. The problem is it's not in the right position. Can't see it. Although I'm getting shadows for these guys that aren't here. There's so much. Can I just like, I don't know if it's too low or what, but if I just make it higher before I instantiate. No, I can't. Oh, wait. It's not just Y, it's position.y. I mean, I don't know how much is enough. Actually, I'll probably just print that might help, right? Figure out where it actually is on screen. So I'm playing the game, I get damaged. It's basically at 0. But that should be 0 relative to the node. Yeah, no, that's a good idea actually. Okay. There's a damage number. 0, 0.3, and 1. Okay, yeah. So it's a little farther forward, so it like appears over top of the sprite, and then it's a little higher. That's the Y, and then it should be 0, but that's relative to the sprite. So I would think it would just be, I don't know, above it. But I'll play around with it. Oh, there it is. That's weird. Oh God. That's why. In For the enemies, they're a 3D node, and then the ugh. Okay. When the number pops up over top of the enemy, so like right over top of, let's say, the necromancer or the okay, I need to refresh my screen to show it. It's the damage numbers are a 3D node. They exist in 3D space. So when they pop up over an enemy like this, they'll the positions relative to them. I just put it like over as spawn like on top of that node. But these guys right here are control nodes that appear on the UI. So when I give it like three-dimensional space, that's not actually what it's supposed to do. I need to have it be a control node that acts in the same way. Yeah. 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 Can I flash the damage number over a specific spot of the screen? Yeah, probably. Yeah. But like treating it like two-dimensional UI that like pops up over top. Because like I forgot that I did this, but it was being treated as an object in the 3D space. And it will be like four different spots because I'm sort of popping up each enemy or each party member in their spot. I could do it on the wheel if I wanted to flip the wheel around to the party member that's being attacked, but I do have the like four in a row anyway for when they're all being attacked at the same time. And I don't want to just flash their health bars red. I mean, the way it is now, I display a message, their health bar ticks down, I could flash it red. You don't see them, but if I wanted to have like I mean, I don't know. I guess that's how like Dragon Quest does it. Is you don't like see your player characters. I was thinking of having like animations like come to the spot. So let's say they launch a fireball, then it gets animated like towards the spot on the screen. Mixing 2D and 3D is hard though. Mm. Well, then maybe it might have just made more sense if these four guys were like they were the 3D ones and they just pop up back here. I don't know. It was more this UI with the four of them was like too. Oh yeah. Oh, my game is like not active right now. Having them all show up like that was my way of like instead of just arrows on the um party stat bars, like having showing who you're targeting, that you're targeting the whole party. Oh, we could use it for being attacked too, but I might need to rethink that. Hmm. I mean, I could have this node be in 3D space and change these all to 3D nodes. But Yeah, I could just have like the fireball launched towards the screen and then like even the bar could shake instead of the sprite. And flash red. Yeah. I think I'm gonna have to rework some of this. God. Shin Megami Tensei 4. I played it. It's awesome. I need to re-look at what the UI was like again, but yeah. I mean, that one, I think I thought of, because I am pulling a lot of ideas from Shin Megami Tensei, but like when it comes to the DS ones, the UI has the advantage of being on the second screen, right? Yeah, I'm not gonna spoil the plot, but great game. And also, if you're playing that one, Apocalypse is worth it too. Some people don't like the plot, but I think the gameplay is like even more refined, so I think they make a great double feature. I think UI designing on one screen though is a bit harder to take cues from a DS game because you could shuffle off a lot of that information down below. And like you see the character portraits the whole time. I don't know if it's the same as Strange Journey, but I think it's in, like your four party members are in like four different columns where it like splits the bottom screen. Yeah, the screen being split into two sections, but yeah. But I mean, this is like why I have the stats like horizontal and taking up like not as much space. Is because like that game, for example, had like character portrait. I did like my solution would be to not show the character portraits all the time, but like it's nice to be able to see them sometimes. And that game's solution was to split that bottom screen into like four columns. Hmm. Gonna play SMT 4 Apocalypse, but you gotta beat 4 first. Yeah, I mean they're pretty long games too. I don't know if you're the type who marathons a series or like takes breaks between. I kind of did for Shin Megami Tensei. Play 4 and 4 Apocalypse and Strange Journey like back to back. And then like I feel like it wasn't too long between releases of like Persona 3 remake and also Metaphor ReFantasio. Somewhere in that like year and a half ish was like all of those. No, well, no, the Shin Megami Tensei games were like farther back because I played them all before I started making my game. But it feels like a lot of the big games I've played recently are like all Atlas games in the past couple of years. can't do that anymore. Get too focused on making your game. I wish, but no, I spend too much time gaming too. I call it research. I think maybe the easiest solution for the damage numbers is just to like copy the scene and make a 2D version of it. Just 2D damage number. Or like okay, don't know why I changed the font style, but hour goes by and all you wanted to check was how the camera works. See, I feel like I can easily get into the trap of like you can play an RPG and get a good sense of the mechanics in a few hours, but then I play an RPG and play the whole thing. What more information am I getting from that? I don't know. I mean, progression and level design, if you're paying attention towards the end of the game, but like if you want to learn interesting mechanics, you don't need to play the whole game. We'll do it anyway. You need to at some point balance what abilities are unlocked after each fight. Class names shouldn't start with a number. It's probably my problem. getting closer to a solution here. Like 3D. This is duplicating my code. I'm gonna have to fix that. Um, I find it easier to like get something that's like bad code and working, and then like refactor and like make it like, because moving things around without breaking them seems easier. You were thinking about how my game uses a point-based system for things like healing, and you've been thinking about how clever it is. It's easy to convey to the player what any ability or passive might do, and there's no BS luck stat involved. Contemplating using it for damage passives, so you never getting 500% damage. Cool. Thank you. I guess what you were trying to say is that in caps limit how much extra damage you might be doing with a point-based system, and it's easier to balance since it's probably just a lookup table with numbers on it. Cap limit how much extra damage you might be doing point-based system. Were you referring to when I was talking about the like poison and healing like accumulation? Is that what like poison versus regen? Is that what you meant? Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah. No, that's kind of what I had in mind. Like, and also I figured like they should counterbalance each other so that I like with I was like I don't if I had to make more room on the UI, I would also like have to like redraw it. But I figure like why let poison and healing be, or poison and regen be at the same time? It's like if they're just gonna counteract, like it's like if you're above, then you're regen, and if you're below, you're poison. Also, how you can use status for a boss as long as you hit the point threshold. Yeah. Uh, yep. That's what I'm That's what I'm thinking. I think a lot of the statuses might be an accumulation thing. If not, like poison and regen for sure. The other ones might be like, um, if you have more minions, like yeah, it has a higher chance of like putting somebody to sleep, but like it might be like threshold and then percent chance, where it's like you don't have like a chance to cheese it if you have one sheep that puts them to sleep, but if you have three or four, now you have a chance, and it's so much, like it might be percent chance per turn after that threshold, which also might be affected by like, maybe that threshold is lower depending on your stats. Like maybe you have an ability that's like, you know some characters can put a boss to sleep, but they need like five sheep to do it, but because like it just accumulates like a certain amount of like power for that status, but like other characters might be able to get it done with like three or four. The accumulation kind of works similar to the point-based accumulation system. Yeah. um Doing here, I'm trying to like figure out how to get these numbers to display properly. I'm gonna have to end stream in about 5 minutes here. Oh, I see. Okay, it's like if you spawn a control node, its position is not relative to the other. Um, no, it should be. Shit, I don't know. It doesn't seem like it's relative to the other control node. It's just like showing up here on my screen. Oops, that's not big enough. Yeah, that's better. I don't remember why, but I thought that the 3D damage numbers had like an outline. Outline size 12. Okay, perfect. Okay. Not ideal, but it's they're now showing up. I just still don't have them disappearing, but it's like instant too. So I need to wait for the animation to like fully show up and then maybe add a delay and then show the damage number. And then I need to hide the guys. What's weird is it's like it's I don't know why it's so far to the right of this one. I know why the negative I didn't center it yet, but it's yeah. Maybe it's that. Maybe that's centered over the close here. Okay. I'll bring the Q free back. And then I need to like change the animation speed. And I don't know why my minions are disappearing. Oh, well, they're dead. So I guess their guys would be... Maybe, oh, well, it's like a spotlight instead of a shadow. Maybe I'm not turning it off when they're being... Okay. That actually makes sense. I'll deal with that later. What was I doing? Oh, you're gonna go. You have a great day too. I go. When do I think I'll be streaming again? This week. It was a bit unusual for me to take a full week off. But yeah, this week for sure. I want to do more. I want to do it tomorrow. I don't think I'm busy. I want to try to hit 2 more times this week. Let's say I'm gonna try for tomorrow. Maybe. I know I'm not Thursday because I'm going to get the Switch too. And I gotta go out of town to pick it up. So I'll probably do tomorrow. I don't know about Friday. I might be playing the Switch too. I'll try to do Tuesday and Thursday, Tuesday and Wednesday. I'll try to do the 3 days in a row. I might do Friday, but I might just be playing the Switch too. I might play the Switch 2 on stream. Well, I don't know. I have to dig out my old laptop because the capture card I have is not compatible with an M2 Mac. I could. I just got to dig out the old laptop and like set up a stream on it. Because I have an older Mac before I upgraded, and then the capture card works on that. But yeah, I might do it. I could do a chill stream. Play games. See if I can get it set up. I think I'll end the stream here if you're heading out. But yeah, that sounds like a fun stream. I'll try to do that. See ya. Try to see you tomorrow. Bye.